And when you speak about your culture, you're obviously talking about Mesoamerica and the peoples, the indigenous peoples of that region.
Right.
Where did those people come from? Meaning what we know as Aztecs and Mayans and so forth. What is the haplo or origination of those people?
Okay, so what they teach you in school is, everybody, most of the world knows that it's an indoctrination. You're getting put into school so they could tell you who you are. They could give you your dietary plan, tell you what food groups are good for you. They give you these options, and they're options of what you can be when you grow up. They never tell you to do whatever you want to do, whatever, your spirit or God tells you that you should be or whatever. They give you options and tell you how to accomplish that option and, fall into line with the rest of the cattle, And they never teach you, as far as our history goes, they never teach us where we come from. They'll talk about Aztecs and say, oh, these people were here on this land. They'll never tell you about the migration before us coming to the Americas, or before it was even called America. The Atlantic slave trade as well. They tell a group of people that they're from this land, when in fact they're not. When you study history and you get into, really reading the books and studying, and archaeologically facts, stuff that's been found and stuff, you'll know how these people migrated, where they originated from.
And yeah, you keep mentioning they. Who is they, Daniel?
So what I've come to find out, and people could call it, oh, well, that's his own perception or what he just believes or whatever. We live under the United States government, right? And you work for the United States government, or you get a job and stuff. Job literally in Hebrew means persecution. You got to look up these words, and where does our wording come from? Everything. Look up everything. So you live under the United States, which is protected by the Constitution. Above that is the federal government that overpowers that. Above that is the certain group of bloodlines that control everything.
Wow, and
that's what, when I say they, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so there's a cabal of maybe a handful of families that run the show.
13 royal bloodlines.
And they can change monetary policy just anything with little,
they want.
Yeah, anything they want. They can change the structure of how we live, and in the United States, it seems like it's a corporation, right?
Definitely, they tell you the corporate America that's run by a president. Not a king or a queen of a free land.
So we're living in a corporation that's like a tax farm, right? And they're taxing us.
You're born into slavery, literally.
Yeah. And someone said that our social security numbers traded on Wall Street. Is that true, or is that?
You're literally, you could go to freedompool.com and look up what your birth certificate means. It's literally a contract that binds your biological body over to the federal government. You're then issued your stock number or bond number, which is located on your birth certificate or your social number. And you could type that into the New York Stock Exchange and find out how much you're worth. Each of you is at a different price.
My people chosen, same bloodline as Moses. We the people that walk through that ocean. We the people the most I done chosen. We gotta keep the commandments, yeah. Got all them ships and we landed here. Cause we got cursed from the man upstairs. We don't put faith on the man over here. Only put faith in the most high. I'm from the city where most died. Deuteronomy 28, oh my. We gotta love on each other, our sisters and brother. He cook, I'm in no time. Most high let me up when it's showtime. I pray have mercy upon mine. Don't wanna be around when it go down. No. We the chosen one, 12 tribes we gon' overcome. Babylon know it's overdone. Look what they did to the chosen one. Keep the commandments for real. Stick together cause it about to get real. Love each other, I don't care how you feel. Forgive your brother, you could die, go to hell. Shalom.
My people, we the chosen of God. We're supposed to have each other back. Let's come together, everybody be flexing. Ain't nobody out finessing. Start showing love, then we all gon' be blessed. We as one nation, don't throw up no sense. I'm showing that love from the east to the west. So helping each other, then we will not stress. My people don't know that they chosen. My people don't know that they're special. Gotta elevate to other levels. We gotta ball like we the rose. My people don't know that they chosen. My people don't know that they're special. Gotta elevate to other levels. We gotta ball like we the rose.
Get the bag.